Down in the deep East Texas pines lived a baby owl with great big eyes. The animal control found the child and said, "We gotta get you settled outside the wild." After settling in a couple of days with his new friend, he got a ride to Kurth Memorial site. Then they put the urgent call for help, and when Shay saw it, she let out a yelp. "An owl, an owl, I can't believe it! I must be the one to drive it." Shay called Kurth right away. She didn't even give anyone else a say. She was determined to be the one to save the day, because with that little owl she wanted to play. An owl, I gotta be the one to drive it. Once the pickup was confirmed, she didn't even waste time to squirm. She called Jason up to say, "Guess who is gonna ride with me today?" An owl, can you believe it? I get to be the one to drive it. Jason, we gotta leave right now. She barely heard the cats give goodbye to the owls. They got to the shelter as quick as they could and grabbed up their buddy, and he was so good. They hit the road headed Houston bound, but the baby's new life will soon be found. Thanks to Houston's speaker, they are gonna be the ones to pave the way. An owl, can you believe it? We got to be the ones to drive it. We will never forget this awesome guy with the biggest moat, beautiful yellow eyes. Woo! An owl.
Hey everybody, how's it going? So, as some of you may know, I really love raptors, and they mean a lot to me. So, guess who is going to be lucky enough to not have any homework tonight, not have any hours scheduled tonight, and gets to go to Houston with a owl? Who? Me! That's right. I am on my way to Houston with a beautiful baby owl to take to a rehab facility in Houston. Who is stoked? Who? I am, and Jason, and hopefully you. More to come. Okay guys, we are on the way to the shelter, and apparently we don't have very good signal strength. Anyway, so we're gonna do this, and while we're driving, I'm gonna be setting up other cameras. Hello, Jason.
Hey. Okay, there we are at the, I don't know if y'all can see that, but we're at the animal shelter. I watched the cameraman on this.
Hey, good job. If you want to, you can leave the car running.
crying. I cannot get over it.
Well, hi, little guy.
Who?
He does not have a name, but who can be his name?
Oh, he winked. Hi, baby.
Everybody say hello to who? Or we can call him what?
Look at those blinky blinks. Okay.
What is he doing?
He's just
Those
blinking.
eyes. No, the eyes were... That's weird.
His eye was twitching earlier today.
So, hi, what's your name?
I'm Elizabeth.
Nice to meet you. And what is this little guy's story?
I actually do not know his story because I'm not the one that picked him up, but when I came in this morning, he was already here.
Okay.
I think he was picked up Friday because one of our animal control officers did have him in one of his little bird cages at his house.
Okay. Does he have to have the cap on at all times?
I don't think so. I don't think he's gonna fly out or anything.
Okay. All right.
He's just a baby. He still has his little baby feathers on.
Oh. And do you know anything about this little baby?
I wish. I just know how cute it is.
I know. This is the official dog tester, sweet little look-alike for Mr. Snickers. How are you doing today? All right, so where are we going? What paperwork do we need, etc.?
I don't know if we have any, but I'll see. Do we need?
Why do we need something?
I was just... I'd hate for this thing to get in the van.
Okay, so no paperwork, just take him and go.
All right, where am I going to?
I will get you that.
Okay.
This is going to be where you're going. You're going to Houston SPCA Wildlife Center.
Okay.
And then,
And then once I type that in, I'm sure they'll give me an address, or we could do that.
you are welcome.
Okay, guys, you guys ready? Okay, here we go.
Hi, I'll be safe.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Well, hi. Thank y'all. Wave. Hey. Didn't realize he was doing a bucket.
As you will see, the entire trip was plagued with technical difficulties. This was a test run, and glad we did it. Also, we had to consider that most of time the dogs would be in the back and not in the floor riding with me.
So it looks like we can't have multiple cameras, but that's okay. We've got the camera on the guy that matters, the little baby. Hello, little baby. Hey, patty cakes! Woo woo! Hi! We haven't seen each other in forever. Patty cakes!
Taking 59, it's almost straight to the SPCA.
Yeah. So she gave us a sign off. She said doesn't have AC and her phone's up for heating, so she needs to go. But bye, patty cakes. Thank you for the support. Hey, handsome. So this was a good test run for our 3-camera system. And from what I could tell, I'll have to go look at the playback, but from what I could tell, on your end, it would look good, and then on my end, it would be a black screen.
The rough road makes Hootie nervous, and he has no footing to keep from slipping. He decides to try and get to higher and more stable ground.
Whoa, little guy, get back down, get back down. Whoa, little guy, get back down. Get back down, little guy. Sorry, little buddy. Hold on. Hold on. You might want to pull over. Okay, I got it. I got it. He's safe. So, just don't panic. No, that's what I'm saying. We gotta make sure we don't panic. Yeah, there's holes. So yeah, look, there's little breathing holes right there. So we're just gonna close up for a few minutes and let him kind of relax. Because as cool as it is to do this, it's more important for him to be comfortable and not freak out like that. So we're gonna go ahead and close out the video, but thank you for stopping by, and hopefully you'll have a good day. We'll keep you updated. Okay guys, we're back. It seems like we may have found a solution enough for him to get comfortable enough to close his little eyes. Jason came up with an idea to put some rags in. So it's kind of like nesting material, but it also kind of gives him some traction to not slide around. So still a little bumpy road, as you can see. I'm trying to keep the camera still, but I'm having trouble. But yeah, he seems to be doing better. He even let me pet him. How cool is that? He did hiss at me a little bit when I was putting the blankets in there, because I think he was thinking I might be putting it over his head, but nope. Yeah. Well, what we're going to do, guys, is we're going to, in all the hurry to get all of our fosters fed and taken care of, and the regular critters at Critter Castle, we fed our car and we fed the animals, but we forgot to feed the humans. So
Have a shout out to my niece Jessica, who's taking care of my foster right now. Little Miss Maddie.
Miss Maddie, yeah. No one's watching right now, but that's okay. So as I was saying, we're going to be getting some food here shortly. Just do a quick drive-through, and then we'll be back on the road. I remember going to the Shipley's in Moscow with Maddie, the real Maddie, Madeline.
It's been a long time ago.
Yeah, I miss her. Yay, we made it. I'm hungry.
Have to go to the Golden Arches.
Dinner of Champions.
Okay, stay with us and spread the word. Help us get more sponsors. This is the absolute coolest rescue I've ever had to do.
Yeah. So, speaking of sponsors, this ride is sponsored. And, you know, but we would would appreciate is if you could please donate. I will put the link in the comments eventually. Or there's a QR code on my page where you can donate. And what that does is it gives us the fuel money ahead of time, so that I am basically got the money so that I could just go out the door like I did today. You know, I don't have to worry about donations or any rides or anything failing because I don't have gas money. So I try to stay ahead of the curve and, you know, only use money for donations for the gas money to do transports like this. And I even have a transport coming up on Friday. Yeah. So because I'm taking a class, I can have a little bit of flexibility with my schedule. So they told me today, they're like, no class on Friday. And I said, wait, what? And then within like 30 minutes, they tagged me for a transport. And I'm like, okay, that was fate. So I'll be doing a transport on to Nacogdoches from Livingston on Friday. So anyway, this one came out of his pocket. However, I am willing to reimburse him if he wants. So if he doesn't use the gas money for the sponsorship, then we'll have gas money for Friday. See? Again, ahead of the curve. Now the humans are fueled up and it's time to hit the road again. We just talked with the rescue SPCA. Well, the official name is Houston SPCA Wildlife Rescue. And we let them know that we're on our way and that we're about an hour and a half away. So it's time to hit the road again once we get our dessert. We're waiting on our dessert. Okay, so let's set up those cameras while we're waiting too. So it was just a proximity thing, so it looks like we're not going to be able to do what we thought. So we're just going to have it where I alternate the camera, and then we're going to come up with a plan B for next time. Yeah, you're watching. Yep. So this is our view right now. We're still waiting on our food. But, you know, it's all about this cute little guy right here. He is definitely a good traveler. Wow. Aren't you amazed? Oh, that would be great. Oh, yay. Somebody else is watching. Who else is watching? He's a good boy. Well, owls tend to be nocturnal, I think, so that would make perfect sense. Yeah. You want to walk in and check on it? And we'll just chill out here. Thank you. Tell him we got an owl to get to his final his rescue. So while I'm here, I'm going to take an opportunity to talk about my YouTube channel. So I have 2 episodes on my YouTube channel now, and I have some interviews that are lined up for future episodes. And then I've also got a couple of interesting interviews that I saw on the news there, and I reached out and contacted them. So I'm really hoping to not only have transport content on my page, but also some other interesting type of feedback in aspects of rescue as well. So please head on over to YouTube and type in Mystics Helping Paws, spelled the same way, and then you'll be able to see what I've got. And then hit that like page and subscribe page, and don't forget to click on the bell to remind you when I get new content posted there, or if I happen to go live, because if I can get people excited about rescue, then we can save so many more lives. So help us out, and share my page and follow along with the adventures. This will be great. I had no idea when I woke up this morning that I would be able to pet an owl today. Jason and I are just still in shock. Yeah, this guy is awesome. What they say? Oh, yeah, that's the look I would give them to Mr. Owl. And one fact I know about owls is that they don't digest hair and bones. And so what they do is they collect it in a space inside of their body, and then eventually they'll, just like a cat, it'll regurgitate back up, and they call those owl pellets. And so you can search out and find these owl pellets and break them apart, and you'll be able to see what the owls have been eating, and it kind of gives people an idea on the health of the animals and dietary health, and it gives an outlook on prey, their prey, how their numbers are doing, because if you see owls eating something that they're not supposed to be eating, there's a reason why they're doing that. So it kind of gives you an alert, and another thing is that when you are, thinking about, I've got curb appeal, I'm in an HOA, I want a nice yard, I work hard on my yard, well, and we've got, or we've got rats, or we've got mice, and we've got all these pests in our yard. Let's use all these rodenticides to get rid of them. But what you're not thinking about is up that food chain, you've got cats and, feral dogs and you've got things that are up the food chain from those things that you consider pests, and you end up unaliving owls and other animals in a miserable way by using these rodenticides, because they're ingesting those poisons. So if you're on a farm or a ranch or something, you can have barn cats, and that helps keep the rodent population down, in a natural way, and it gives them something to eat and play with.
So for an owl this size, what would tell us how big would they be, like
Well, I would guess an average owl pellet is probably the size of like a silver dollar. As far as because think about it, you've got all bones and fur and everything in there. It's just this big conglomerate of blah.
How do they get that up their throat?
I don't know. They didn't choke on it on the way down. So they're probably built for that. We had a viewer and then we lost a viewer. But yeah, it's really important to. I think there's always that battle between humans and animals, and on who gets. Humans invaded the natural world, so we got to find a balance somehow. And Jerry laughed at me one day and he goes, "You don't like to kill anything," because we were talking about the bushes and the trees in my yard. I said, "Yeah, I really don't like to kill anything." So I just,
I can vouch.
yeah. What is that? Oh, good. He sure is adorable.
So I was thinking it would be like the size of a peanut from a discus, because it's such a small throat.
Yeah, well, we can confirm that when we get to the rescue. That'd be interesting to find out.
That'd be cool to see.
Maybe they have some.
What you're looking for right there.
I mean, okay. All right. Just a heads up, guys. Let's see if this helps. You keep it on your side, okay? All right.
On a Big Mac and 4 cheeseburgers?
No,
2 apple pies.
that's all we're waiting on. It's not that hard.
I'm sorry, I don't know what's taking so long.
All right. If it works, that's fantastic.
My name's not MacGyver.
All right. So now, what I need you to do is to hold the phone for me, because I'm going to go inside and talk to them.
Good morning.
The receipt is where?
Yeah, I'm pretty excited to open my eyes. I don't know if we have any viewers or anything, but I hope there's more people going to join us. I literally had to come up with a MacGyverism and tape my phone to the dashboard. Shay's going to be back here in just a few minutes. She went to check on our dessert, and we're going to eat that on the road. Here she comes. Dessert man. Say hi.
Hello.
Okay, back there sleeping owl. Was sleeping.
I get things done.
We're back on the road, y'all.
You know what her reply was? I don't give you permission to record me or my employees. Not even an I'm sorry. Nothing.
Yeah, big shout out to Friendly Culture, McDonald's.
McDonald's in Livingston.
Should have went to Burger King.
They don't make fried apple pies. But guess what they do? Surveys and calls to headquarters. Yep. I would have appreciated waiting till in the seatbelt, but we'll get it. Here we go. Okay, little buddy. We're on the road.
Keep working.
Good.
Wait a little bit.
I think they were trying to let us in. Here we go. bet you this was not on Baby Owl's bingo card. I bet it wasn't on his bingo card. Like, he never thought he would ever be doing this, I bet.
I certainly never thought about it. It wasn't the first thing that hit my mind this morning.
No.
There's an owl that needs to be rescued. Got it. Now we're getting a detour here. Instructions. I'm trying to get through it as fast as I can.
Yeah, you're doing fine. There's nothing slowing us down.
I should have known better than to tempt fate.
Looks like the ASPCA is close to downtown.
Okay,
It's right there where the red dot is.
okay. So we could hit some traffic, but let's hope not.
Yeah, we're getting close to 5 o'clock. Never a good idea.
Yeah. I just really tried to let people do the right thing instead of going into boss mode like I had to do. Because if I'm in boss mode, I'm not the nicest person.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. You know what time was on the receipt? 3:29. You know when I got my pie? 4:30.
So it took over an hour to cook 2 fried pies?
No, they were sitting in a thing to be grabbed. All she had to do was go and grab them. So, yeah. But it should not. One, we shouldn't have waited that long to go to boss mode. But two, you know, I did send you in there, and they blew you off. So.
And all they were worried about was, are you recording us? And
Yeah.
Not.
Yeah.
We're recording an owl,
Yeah. So,
but they didn't take the time to think that one through at all. I was just trying to get them to hurry.
I would have said, here's your pies and here's your refund.
And here's your coupon for
Yeah.
apple pies.
And here's the coupon for the future. Yeah, I know. But, you know, I watched her and made sure she didn't spit on it.
That's a little troubling. But it does happen.
Oh, watch out, little buddy. Be careful. Sorry. We got some construction going on. It's a bit bumpy.
And I can't help any of this. I'm trying, but I'm at the mercy of the road conditions right now.
Yeah. because of rodenticides.
So
They
I know
can,
they hunt at night and they'll sit in a tree limb and watch their prey.
yep,
And then when they have that one opening, they'll swoop in and get their prey.
yeah, they do. And did you know that they can rotate their head
Yeah,
and their neck around?
it's almost like 180 degrees or something like that.
It's pretty amazing.
It is. If I could do that with my neck, I could see everything.
Yeah,
But I guess that's the point. Now we got to be able to see what's around him.
yep. And you know how your mom always says I got eyes in the back of my head? They don't
They
need that.
literally do.
They could just turn around and look with their front eyes.
I saw that on a YouTube video where the owl just turned its head and looked behind it. It's freaky looking because you almost think the neck's got to break.
Yeah.
Didn't it?
No.
But people do have owls as pets.
Yeah.
I don't think it's very common.
I don't think it's recommended.
Not as like a parakeet or something like that, or parrot. Those are always funny.
Yeah.
But owls seem to have a bit more brain power when they're actually thinking. You know, they've got some kind of foresight of how they're going to get their prey. It shows a level of intelligence that you don't normally see.
Well, you know how owls are, they always are like, wise old owl, you know?
Yeah. Because they're thinking, they're smart. That's where they get the idea that they're wise old owl.
And if you notice his feathers, their texture and the color, if he were to close his eyes, he would be able to easily blend into a tree with the bark and everything.
I don't know where this owl is from, but it was found here in East Texas, apparently. So it's native to this area, obviously, but
Yeah.
I don't know much about the owl, so if anybody joins us, maybe they could comment if they know what kind of owl it is.
Yeah. Otherwise, we can ask the rescue and do a Google Lens search.
35 miles to 610 West.
Yep, 35 miles away from our turn here.
So if we get any visitors, let's head to Texas or anything. This is Texas in July. Real close to the and it gets up to 96 degrees right now outside. Inside we got the air conditioning on. Anyway, welcome to Texas. Southern part of Texas, Houston, and that's where a whole lot of ships come in. In the Gulf, a lot of oil tankers, freight ships, all that kind of stuff. And there's even cruise ships that come in and leave out of Port of Houston. So it's real neat. Houston does get a little dicey as far as traffic. Overall, it's a real nice city. And, try to always be real friendly in Texas. That's what we do.
That's how we roll.
That's how we roll. And we do what we can for the animals. Shay here, maybe she'll show her face and tell you a little bit about her and the mystics up in Paw, and how we try to rescue more and more animals.
Okay, well, like you said, my name's Shay. If you guys are new, because of the latest developments on our professional trajectory, I started off doing rescue, and probably, let's see, about maybe 2015 or so. And I tried different ways of doing things. I would pick a different organization every month, and I would have people awareness, and then I would have people donate to those particular organizations. Different ones, like I said, every month. I did St. Jude one month, and then I did another organization for leukemia and lymphoma. Just basically different. Every month I'd pick a different topic, and then that didn't do too well, and so I said, okay, well, what else can I do? So then I tried to bring awareness to, animals that need to be saved and everything else like that, and tried to do networking and things like that. But I was on a busy schedule because of my work and everything, and that didn't work. So then I stumbled upon rescue transport, and I met Elizabeth Dilbone, and then I did my first transport, and my first cat, and only cat I've ever transported, other than my own, went from Lubbock to Colorado Springs, excuse me, and Gracie went with me on that one, and then my first dog transport was Pluto, and the cat's name was Shiloh, and he is now called Diplo. And then the dog's name was Pluto, and he was in the room to be unalived, and he got rescued at the very last minute. And I drove him, I drove him from Houston to Kansas City, Kansas. He's a bed hog, and he finished up the rest of his journey, and he is now a police dog in Wisconsin. So once I did those 2 transports, I was hooked. I was like, yes, this is what I want to do. And so as time has allowed, I've done some transports, mostly short distance. I am still open to long distance. And then that was going, but again, it was, not going as successfully as I wanted.
Well, we do have a van now that's available. We just need backers.
Yeah.
With my mental health, unexpected interruptions freeze my brain. The van he is speaking of is a personal van with space for about 10, maybe dogs. The van I am looking for is housing more and also sleeping quarters.
So that was not as successful as I wanted. So then I got to looking into it, and in order to get a van as a grant, you have to be a nonprofit. Well, that could be a long road. So I looked into other options, and I was like, oh, okay, well, let's see what we can do. Because, as you know, I don't want something to be free. I just can't afford the van. So I was looking into options. How can I save animals the most? And that would be the way. So then I noticed that there was people out there that were not even aware of how hard that our rescue transport teams work. And so I said, well, why don't I come up with a YouTube channel that's like cops, but it's rescue transporter. So then I got to looking into talking with all the other rescue coordinators and things like that. And they said that they don't, they think it's a great idea, but the content of the YouTube channel requires the efforts of the drivers to do the filming for me. So then I said, well, unless I can get down to Houston and ride the entire way with the dog and then fly home, you know, I'm stuck in that format of relying on volunteers. And so I was like, well, what are the concerns of the volunteers? And they said, well, safety. We got to be safe. Yeah. So that's the most important thing. That's why I keep telling Jason, you just worry about driving and I'll do all the filming and everything. Then they were worried about privacy. And I said, well, you know what? I can just say anonymous, you know. So there's no worry about privacy concerns there. So, and then there's like, if it slows everybody down, well, hopefully it won't. You know, if you're a single driver, then of course it could possibly slow you down. But maybe you have your husband or your son or whatever riding with you, you should be able to hopefully get some film footage there. Or you could do like what we do, where we just hold the camera and show the road, you know, as we're driving down the road. So hopefully these volunteers will come through in this current incarnation of my company. And then in the future, if I get the opportunity to get a van, then I could just be doing these transports myself and have a film crew with me. So that's the future. Hopefully we'll make it happen together. And so yeah, that's what we do.
Shout out to my wonderful niece who is helping me with my foster, with Miss Maddie.
Shout out to Jessica. She's a great volunteer, isn't she?
She is, and she works for one of the animal hospitals there in Lufkin, and she does the flea and tick baths, which Miss Maddie's getting one tomorrow. She's on the slate, she just doesn't know it yet. And she's also, she's a kennel tech, which means she takes care of all the animals that are in the kennel overnight, things like that. And she helps to take the animals into the exam room where the veterinarian will do her job and take care of them. And I tell you, she's really loved that job, and it's really brought out a lot of care for animals. She's very emotional about that, and she hates to see animals have to get put down, but sometimes they get injured and the doctor can't do anything for them, and I feel for those, but sometimes it's better, you know, than let an animal suffer like that.
Well, Facebook has certain rules, and we can't really talk about that.
Sorry. Anyway, Jessica does a lot of really good work for animals and helps to take care of them and make sure they're doing well in the kennels. And we need more people like that.
Yes, yes, we do. And you don't have to be hired by the shelter. You can actually volunteer.
Yeah, you can go to the animal hospital and volunteer as well. And I know that doctor, she takes care of horses, cattle, especially dogs and cats. But Jessica did tell me they brought in a boa constrictor. I don't know what the doctor was doing with that, but she takes care of those. She had a monkey there once. A real monkey.
Yep. They had one that lived, and then they took it to a rescue, so that he could be living a better life instead of being at the vet there.
Yeah, that was interesting.
Yep.
But she's had little critters like that.
How are you doing, Guy? Doing okay? Yeah. Yeah, well, she does good stuff. For sure. As you guys can see, we're at a dead stop, guys. Look, I don't know why I keep hitting this sticker thing.
Loser.
Okay, here we go. We are at a dead stop, and thankfully that crash was not involving us in any way. We did see police go by. Now we just watched another couple of EMS go by. No ambulances yet. We called the rescue SPCA and we let them know that we're stopped.
Traffic's moving.
Does it look like it's moving? Oh, look, we're moving. So it ended up just being a few minutes of a delay. So thankful for that. And how are you doing there, little guy? Okay. I'm just still being cute, Shay. This lady is... Yeah, this lady's not...
So with 2 delays, I have learned, hopefully, to never tempt fate again.
Raptors are cool. Before I got sick, I actually imagined myself as having a possibility of being a falconer. Yeah, but with my health the way it is now, I don't know if I can.
This is our road.
Okay. We're almost there, little buddy. How are
2
you?
minutes away and just about a mile.
And that's a nice looking Porsche right there.
Isn't it?
Porsche.
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 It's a Carrera. A 911 Carrera. It's
And then
a newer model, I guess. Those new Corvettes are really hot.
oh, I love those new Corvettes. Oh my goodness, little buddy, we're almost there.
But still can't nothing beat a Mustang GT.
Yeah. Sure, we got some Phantom muscle cars out there. Uh-oh, look at this. We're about to turn in. You have no idea, do you, little guy?
Coming up a quarter mile. Turn.
Yeah, that's just basically a block, so
Only 0.2 miles from it, so
it's going to be right the next ray. Right, it's probably that.
no.
And then there's the turn right there. All right.
It is the Houston SPC.
Yep.
It's for all animals. Okay, front entrance or
Well, let's see if they say anything like intake. There's education center, dog park. Want to go for a walk in the dog park, little guy?
I don't think so.
No? Okay. Well then, wildlife center to the left over there. So anywhere around here is good. Okay. For safety concerns, little guy, we are going to put the lid on, okay? We don't want you getting out in the open. Okay. This time you get to get the carrier, okay? And we're gonna...
Are you ready?
We're ready, Freddy. I never thought I'd be able to do an owl, so this has really been a fun adventure, and I'm just really blessed to be able to do it. And so Okay. Keep. All right. Let's go. We're going to the left, 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 right, left. You locked it, right? Okay. My OCD, I have to double, triple check. I am. If anybody would like to donate, I will see if I can find a way to donate to these babies' care. Yep. Yep. And that's amazing. All right. Hello, everybody. Beautiful hair.
Should ask the kids if they want to see the owl. It's not every day you see an owl.
Oh, I know, right? What a nice facility. Ring bell for service. Ringy dingy. Hi there. We're transporting the owl from Lufkin.
Well, we don't really know the background. We just know the one of the workers that was driving one of the pickup trucks. This is all he had was a bucket.
Okay.
So let's say goodbye, little buddy.
Can you fill out that paper right there for me, and then I'll take him in the back, and I'll do a little exam on him.
Okay, we're gonna steal our blankets
Oh, I can bring it
back.
right back to you. I'll bring it right. I'll bring the bucket and those towels
Wait.
right back to you.
That's just
Hi, little guy. We love you.
Yeah, no big deal.
Happy tails.
Okay, I'll be back. And just fill out that paper.
You fill it out. This is a really nice building. Just so everybody gets a. Oh, look at that. See, we're so close to the Gulf that they save Gulf animals too. Oh, that's when they had that oil spill. Yeah, we had a bad oil spill here in Lufkin some years back. And a lot of these people volunteered to come out and wash off animals. Oh, y'all, look at this. We were just talking about hawks. I don't know if y'all can see in there. That's a hawk. Ooh.
You're welcome.
So is that it?
Suppose that's it.
That's our job hole, in hole. I was showing them a hawk over there. Did you see the hawk? Come look. There's somebody in there cleaning.
I love hikes. Yeah, raptor. He's beautiful.
Yeah, he's a cool one.
Let's see if I can't figure this out a little bit better. There.
Take a still shot of that.
I can't get it to focus in. There we go. Yeah,
It kind of looks like he's standing in that field back there.
he's beautiful. Yep. Okay, so anyhow, we're done. Thank you so much for following along. Don't forget to donate for future transports and follow my page on YouTube because I do episodes on Sundays at 1 p.m. Central Time. Thank you guys. Be safe. Bye-bye.